Well, as a lot of you know, not long ago recently, Black Betty sustained a major injury. Broke the handle off of her. And the night that happened, we lost a really big fish because it broke the handle off. The fish drug the rod down the bank, and the fish got away. And during the Keep It or Toss It tournament, I went ahead and used it with the handle broke off, and it's stuck in the rocks, and it just basically split. You can tell this rod's been through. It's been through a lot. Stuck in them rocks, you see how it's biting into it, and it split, and it bent over and popped out of the rocks, and we lost another big fish that might have been a tournament-winning fish. And I've had several people tell me, they've gotten a hold of me and asked me, said, well, what kind of rod is Betty? And I said, well, Betty is an offshore angler, Power Plus trophy class rod. Now, what makes her special is she was actually an anomaly. Betty was a 16-footer. You can't get this rod in 16-foot anymore. You can get it in 15-foot, but they do not make the 16-footer anymore. And I just can't bear the thought of letting her go. Even though a lot of people say it's time to hang her up, retire. But we're going to try to see if we can't do a little surgery and fix this. We're going to try to keep the life going in the old girl. So we're going to do that right now. We're going to take both pieces. I've already cleaned out inside of here pretty good on both pieces. And we've cut a piece of 3/4 inch PVC conduit. Okay. So my plan is I'm going to fit, this fits pretty snug up in the piece of handle that's broke off there. But I'm going to leave about that much sticking out so I can put a cap on here. I'm not going to glue that cap on here because I want to be able to get in here. And sometimes when you have to take Betty apart in sections, I got a rod that I run in here and pop that and break those sections down because they don't always want to come apart. But I will just stick a cap on there, a PVC cap, to seal that, and she'll float again. But we do have to fine tune this PVC pipe. It fits fairly snug in here. I got no problem with that. But it's a little loose. Excuse me. A little loose on this end right here. There's a little wiggle room in there. So we're going to put some electrical tape on there to tighten that up a little bit. Well, let me do that real quick. And well, first we got to fit the handle pieces together and figure out how much I want to leave sticking out of there. And then I'm going to take a Sharpie and mark that so that I know that when I pull this out, where that needs to be on here. And then I'm going to mark it here so I know where to start taping at. I'm going to start taping here and go that way and increase the diameter of that pipe. Let me go ahead and get that taped up. We'll see if we can get this right. Okay, we finished taping this up, increasing the diameter of that PVC just a little bit. And let's see if we got it right. That fits a little snugger. I don't have the wiggle in there that I had before. So, what we're going to do now is go ahead and attempt to glue this pipe into this section. We're going to try that first. Now, I've got paper down on the table, so the station won't be freaking out whenever I glue this in here. I'm going to need you to stand over there and hold that right there. Here, you're off camera. Just get right there. Come on, nurse. Hold it up. You got it? right there. I don't know if this is going to work or not. And I should have brought something to open this glue with, because that is tight. It's some used old glue I had. Good Lord. There we go. Okay, now if you don't hold still, we're going to have this crap everywhere. Because I am going to get stupid with it. Whew, man, that'll get you high. We need to open a vent probably. Or not. I'm going to really get crazy with this glue on here. Crazy glue. And coat this really well. God, I hope this works. I want more on there. I want a lot of glue on there. Whew, God, you smell that?
Not yet.
You will. My eyes are burning.
I'm starting to now.
They're supposed to do this in a ventilated area.
Well.
All right, very carefully. Hold on. That's why we put the paper down. See all that glue dripping? And we're going to let that set up. Right there. Pour some of that glue in there around there. Yeah, it's starting to stick, so that might set up pretty good. All right, hang on to it. We're going to do the other end.
Open this vent.
Open that vent. I should have already done that. Okay, hang on. I want to glue just this area here. I don't want it on this other end down here. Heavy with the glue, heavy with the glue. I mean, get stupid with it. Don't let that fall down. And a lot of people are like, why don't you just buy a new rod? Well, because this rod has been with me from the beginning. This rod has caught my PB. It's caught me several big fish. It's won tournaments for me. This rod has earned the right to not be given up on. Turn that. I want to find this special spot here. Right there. It's earned the right to at least be tried to be repaired. Okay. There's where it's sealed on the seam right there. Now, just for the heck of it, for right now, and actually if that's out too far, I can cut that off to the length I want later, and I'm going to put a cap on there so it'll make Betty waterproof and make her float. That is a rough repair right there. But what my plan is, I'm going to get some of that, the wrap that goes on the handles of baseball bats, and I'm going to re-wrap this. Don't let go of that, please. But for right now, we're going to wrap it with just plain old electrical tape just to hold her together while this glue cures and sets up. So we're going to give her a quick wrap to hold her together. And we'll see how well this holds up. But yeah, she's definitely going to get some of that, it's like a leather wrap or a real hard rubber stuff that goes on there. Right here's where I want to get really tight pressure on it, where that fracture is. I want to get on that fracture and tighten that up real good. Right there, where that split. And I'm going to go back around and do one more run on this. I want that super tight. I'm even going to go a couple of rounds right here. That's where she's actually broke at, right there. So I want to really get that pressure in there and squeeze that glue into that fracture. And hopefully, I should have used like F26 or something like that. But, you know what? I went out there in the shed and I said, you know what? I'm going to try to fix her with what I got here at the house. And this is what I had, so this is what I'm using. That's actually pretty solid. Okay, I got it. That's pretty solid. Guys, that might actually work. Let's stiffen that up. We've got the link back on there from the original handle that broke off. So, hopefully, I'm probably going to sand this down and repaint her with some black spray paint. Make her look new again. Fix her up. Get all some of these nicks and scratches off of her. But you guys wish me luck. Hopefully, Black Betty will make it. There's my girl. Full handle back on there again with a little extension, which I'm going to cut that off a little shorter, just enough that I can get a PVC cap on there so that if she goes in the water, this is all airtight, watertight, and she'll float. Well, all we can do now is wait and hope. But thanks for being here during the Black Betty surgery. That feels pretty good. I can't turn it. I'm trying to twist it. It's not moving. That's locked in pretty good. So, we'll find out. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. We'll give you a full scale report this weekend when she's back on the water. If it didn't work, we're going to find out real quick. You're my brothers, you're my sisters, you're my catfish family. God bless each and every one of you. You know Danny Stone loves you. And we'll see you again real soon. Bye, everybody.